Melania Trump has been in the news a lot lately. I was talking about her in the monologue, and she's on the cover of Us Weekly with this cover, my side of the story. But you are not to ever again mention the bride catalog's return policy. It's not anti-feminist to say that in addition to doing everything men can do intellectually, women also have another power. The power of the ultimatum.
Did Bill Maher just suggest Melania Trump could single-handedly end her husband's political career? The comedian's latest jabs at Trump's inner circle have sparked a firestorm. But here's the real question. Could a 2,500-year-old Greek play actually be the key to understanding modern American politics? Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video. From Lysistrata to Laura Loomer, we're breaking down Maher's most explosive jokes and Trump's meltdown response. Buckle up, folks. This ride's gonna be bumpier than Trump's comb-over in a windstorm. Bill Maher's been at it again, folks, and this time he's dropped a comedy grenade right in Trump's lap. But instead of aiming at the orange man himself...
And finally, new rule, Melania Trump must do what dozens of buildings around the world have done and take the Trump name off. But they left out my favorite feature in Us Weekly, which is the 25 things you don't know about me. Do you read about this? The Melania's list. I don't know if you'd like to, but these are her rules. Maybe it falls to you now, Melania. You can end this reign of terror, and all you have to do is channel your inner Taylor Swift and walk out the door.
Maher's set his sights on a surprising target, Melania Trump. Yep, you heard that right. Our favorite late-night troublemaker suggested that Melania could be the secret weapon to stop Trump's political ambitions dead in their tracks. So picture this. Maher's on his show, probably sipping his favorite beverage, when he drops this bombshell about Melania potentially ending Trump's reign of terror. Now, before you think Maher's gone off the deep end, he's actually channeling some ancient Greek wisdom here. He's referencing a play called Lysistrata, where the ladies of Athens decide to withhold some, marital benefits from their hubbies to stop a war. Talk about girl power in action. But here's where it gets really juicy. Maher didn't just stop at ancient Greek parallels. Oh no, he went full pop culture on us. He suggested that Melania should channel her inner Taylor Swift to find happiness. I mean, can you imagine Melania belting out, "We are never ever getting back together," while packing her Louis Vuitton bags? Now that's a music video I'd pay to see. Now, we've all seen those awkward moments when Melania looks like she'd rather be anywhere else but next to Trump. Remember those times when she'd swat away his hand or give him the cold shoulder? Well, apparently, body language experts have been having a field day with these moments. One expert even said Melania's body language screams, "Get me out of here." Ouch. That's gotta hurt, Donnie. But here's where things really start to heat up. Trump's supporters, bless their MAGA-loving hearts, didn't take too kindly to Maher's little joke. They went absolutely bonkers on social media, demanding everything from Maher's head on a platter to him being cancelled faster than you can say kofef. It was like watching a bunch of angry hornets whose nest just got whacked with a stick. And Trump himself? Oh boy, he didn't disappoint. His response was, in true Trump fashion, a tantrum that would make a toddler proud. He went on a rant, calling Maher a befuddled mess and accusing him of always making conversations about himself. Pot, meat kettle, am I right? Well, folks, just when we thought the Trump circus couldn't get any wilder, in struts Laura Loomer, the self-proclaimed most banned woman in the world. Looks like Bill Maher's motormouth might have finally written a check his comedy can't cash. Is this the joke that broke the camel's back? Or is Loomer just looking for her 15 minutes of fame? Let's dive into this political comedy thunderdome. So, who's Laura Loomer? She's not just another face in the MAGA crowd. This conservative firebrand is a real deal investigative journalist and activist. She's even got her own media company called Illuminate Media. Talk about shining a light on things. And get this, she wasn't just cheering from the sidelines. Loomer actually ran for Congress in Florida's 11th district in 2022. Now that's what I call putting your money where your MAGA hat is. But here's where things get spicy. Bill Maher, never one to shy away from controversy, decided to take a swing at Loomer on his show. He suggested that she might be in an arranged relationship with Trump to affect the election. Ouch! He even threw in a zinger about her being Trump's type at 31. Talk about a low blow. Now Loomer's not taking this lying down. She's fired back, calling Maher's comments beyond the pale and a complete and blatant lie. She's even threatening to sue Maher for a cool $150 million. That's a whole lot of zeros for a joke, folks. But here's the million-dollar question. Can you really sue someone for cracking wise? Well, it turns out it's not that simple. Legal experts say it's tough for public figures like Loomer to win defamation cases. They've got to prove that Maher knew he was fibbing or just didn't care if he was wrong. That's a pretty high bar to clear, but hold on to your hairpieces because there's a twist. A judge has actually given Loomer's lawsuit the green light to proceed. Apparently, Maher's jokes sounded a bit too much like facts for the court's liking. Even his use of might didn't save his bacon. The judge said, "You can't just slap an opinion label on something and expect to get away with it. Who knew comedy could be so complicated?" Now you'd think Trump would be all over this, right? Defending his supporter, tweeting up a storm. Well, not so fast. The Donald's response was about as lukewarm as a day-old kafif. He called Loomer a supporter with strong opinions, which in Trump speak is basically like saying, "New phone, who dis?" Well, folks, it looks like Bill Maher's jokes have stirred up more than just laughter. The comedy chaos has left Trump fuming and Loomer lawyering up. But here's the kicker. All this hullabaloo might be doing more than just giving us a good chuckle. Some smarty-pants experts are saying that Trump's supporters' reactions to Maher's zingers could be causing a bit of a split in the GOP. Turns out, some of the more middle-of-the-road voters and the ladies aren't too thrilled with Trump's tantrum throwing. Who knew a few jokes could shake things up for the 2024 election? But let's get real for a sec. Can comedians really sway elections with their wisecracks? Maybe Trump should spend less time tweeting about befuddled comedians and more time worrying about his growing stack of legal papers. After all, it's probably easier to dodge a punchline than a subpoena. So, while Trump's busy raging against the comedy machine, the rest of us will be over here, munching on popcorn and wondering if Melania's taking notes from ancient Greek plays. Now that's what I call must-see TV.